Greetings! It is I, Chris Apollonides, and I just came from the movies. Gladiator 2 by Ridley Scott. I suppose the main question is, did the first movie need a sequel? And then the answer is obviously no. The first one is so iconic and just an awesome cinematic experience that it does not need any follow-up. Does that mean that the second movie is bad? No, I wouldn't say that. But let's see the scores. I have 6 categories here. I will rate each of them from 1 to 5. Here's the key. And then it will calculate the sunshine score down below. Starting with the visuals. This is a movie about the Roman Empire. That alone makes it pretty great. Who doesn't love gladiators and Roman legionaries? It's a cool time. And in this movie, the costumes are great, the sets are cool, everything looks right, and I do like it visually. It's nothing mind-blowing, but I do say a 4 is valid here, because it was entertaining visually. The sound design was pretty good too, especially in the arena scenes where you have the crowd chanting for blood and swords clashing, sand throwing. It's pretty nice, especially in the cinema. And I am rating the cinematic experience here. So I'm gonna say 4 for this as well. Now the music was okay, but I didn't even think about it. It was more in the background. The only times that I was actually listening and enjoying it was when they used the themes from the first movie, because that's just so iconic and I recognize it immediately. But aside from that, it was just okay. It was satisfying. I'm going to give it a 3. The acting is kind of similar to the music. It was decent, it was okay, but I was not blown away by anybody. Everybody was doing good work, but nobody really shined above the rest. If I'd had to point somebody out, maybe the emperors, brothers. The taller one was quite menacing and the smaller one was just fucking disturbing. So those guys together, I think that was a unique pairing. There's a lot of Denzel Washington. He plays an ambitious ex-slave. Pedro's okay, but he doesn't get to do much. And the main character, Lucius, he's okay too, but he's nowhere close to as cool as Russell Crowe in the first movie. So I'm gonna go with a 3 here as well. Now to the story. You know what, I'm gonna talk about spoilers, so you might want to skip ahead if you haven't seen the movie and you plan to do so. The story is quite fast-paced. The main character is Lucius, the son of Maximus, the gladiator from the first movie played by Russell Crowe. Lucius in this movie is on the run, is an heir to the throne, and so he's under threat. Anyway, he gets captured by the Romans, his wife is killed, and at that point in the movie theater I was thinking, man, this is just a copy of the first movie, which can be a bad thing because it's unoriginal, but at the same time this is a sequel, so you expect some things to be similar, so I didn't have a problem with that too much. And then he becomes a gladiator and his revenge quest is to kill the general who captured him, played by Pedro Pascal. And then we find out that the general is actually a good guy, so you have 2 good guys fighting against each other, you don't know who to root for. At the same time, there's a lot of politics going on. Nobody likes the current emperors because they're sadistic bastards. And just there's a lot going on. And on top of everything, there is the relationship between Lucius and his mother. And anyway, long story short, everybody dies except for Lucius. So there's a lot going on and the plot has to move quickly to cover everything. This can be a good thing, but for me personally, I felt it was a bit rushed. I didn't get enough time to get to know the characters. All I was able to do was just identify characters by their basic instincts and quests, which was revenge or greed or power, stuff like that. So it was difficult to really care about the characters. I did not dislike them, but I didn't really connect too much. And because the plot moves so quickly, there are many situations where just stuff happens in a fortunate way for the characters so that the plot would move on in this or that direction, which can be a bit immersion breaking, but not too much. I started thinking about this movie more like a Greek tragedy, like the legends of ancient Greece and Rome, where the hero is guided by fate. You know, like he has a starting point and he has an end point. Lucius has to reach his destination by the end of the movie, and that's fine. And I did like the ending. It was surprising because in Greek tragedies, the hero usually dies, but in this case, everybody else dies except for Lucius, and there is actually a happy ending. That was nice. I like to see the good guys win sometimes. All in all, I will have to give the story a satisfying 3. nothing too special. And the fun aspect, to ask the question, are you entertained? Yes, I was. I was definitely entertained. So that gives it a total score of 70%, pretty good. I think I would have given it 7.5 when I was walking back from the theater. But 70 is pretty good too on the Sunshine score. I remember exactly a year ago, in November, there was the movie Napoleon, also from Ridley Scott. And that movie was super boring. Like, I just did not find it entertaining. So in that sense, I'm actually glad that the second Gladiator movie is a decent one. It's entertaining enough. So if you want to see some dudes in sandals just fight each other with swords, I recommend this movie. But if you're looking for something more special and something more iconic and memorable, maybe you can skip this one. Thanks for watching. Until next time, praise the sun.
Oh.